Hi everybody, now this is something a little different here for YouTube. This is a chat with my friend of 30 years and an expert, and I mean an expert in a world where experts are not really experts anymore. This is an expert. This is Jo Griffiths. Hello Jo.
Hi there everyone.
And Jo is an expert in upholstery and reupholstery, and especially antiques, and I'm here today actually to finish off a video for YouTube that we started a few days ago, featuring this chair. So I'll give you a little sneak first of all. So a little chair here, Victorian 1870 walnut, amazing quality. So we're going to finish off a video in a second where I show you how much I paid for the chair and we'll watch it get restored and reupholstered. But what we're doing here with Jo is Jo's going to answer some questions. And people have sent me some questions in, so here we go. We're going to start with Angie. Thank you, Angie, for sending the question in. Jo, question from Angie is this. She has an Urkel chair and a spring has dropped out the base. Okay. And Angie, you described the spring as looking like a curly whirly, right? Now, from our American viewers, you might not know what a curly whirly is. I don't know whether you have curly whirlies in America, but it's a chocolate bar that looks a bit like a snake, right? Get the idea. Jo, expert from BJ Upholstery, what is a curly whirly spring?
A curly whirly spring is a zigzag spring.
There you go.
Which looks like this.
Can I show that too? There you go. So Jo, tell us about a zigzag spring and what Angie can do with her zigzag spring.
Right, well, if you pass it back, David, the spring straightens like that and goes from frame to frame on the seat, and there's a clip that goes on either end and you pull it across, and the chair could maybe take 4 or 5 springs. It varies. I don't know, you know, but they are quite easy to put in.
Anybody can do them?
Yeah, really they can.
Okay, so Angie, yes, because you did ask, Angie said, would she be able to fit it herself?
Yes, I'm sure you would, Angie, yeah.
So big question, how much do you think one of these will cost, Jo? How much?
One of these, including the clips to attach it to the frame, is £10.
£10?
Yeah.
Including postage?
Yeah.
There you go, Angie, 10 quid and your Urkel chair is fixed.
Absolutely.
Have a go for that cost, and if it doesn't work, you know, you break it or something, then ring your local upholsterer and they'll charge what? 50 quid maybe?
Possibly,
Nip out and do it 50 quid. But I'm sure you can do it yourself. That's a good one. Now, as I said, I've known Jo for 30 years. Jo from BJ Upholstery in Darlington, in the northeast of England. Yes. Now, it's an interesting place, this Darlington. Anybody who is interested in history. So this is the sort of the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution, Stockton to Darlington Railway. So this is one for our American viewers. If you're big into your trains, where we are right now on this ground is the place where really trains as we know them were invented.
Yep, absolutely.
The very first railway line from Stockton to Darlington, where we were, 1825. Wow. With my hero, George Stephenson. Actually, I wrote a book recently. You've read my book. Yes. And I mentioned George Stephenson. It's quite interesting. I'm going off at a tangent here, but
yes, you are a bit.
Sorry, no, sorry, but he is a hero of mine, right? George Stephenson, the inventor, the father of the railways.
Absolutely.
You'll see paintings of George Stephenson. Google him. He's big, well-fed fella, looking very regal and very rich, and he was when the painting was done. He started life as a miner's son, a little further north here in Newcastle Way, and he couldn't read or write until he was 18 years old.
Never.
Now, you said you'd read my book.
Oh, well, I was telling a fib.
See, it's all in my book.
Sorry.
Anyway, George Stephenson, my hero, but we do digress. So Jo is an expert in upholstery. So.
But can I tell you something here?
Go on.
About history. This shop, back in World War II, was a Coca-Cola factory for the American soldiers.
No.
Yes, it was.
You're kidding me. I didn't know that.
That's true.
Well, there you go. We've got a real American theme here for our American viewers in YouTube. So, because of course, the American troops had to have Coca-Cola.
They had to have it, absolutely.
And they made it here.
Yes.
There you go. Our American viewers, it's all for you. So back to upholstery then.
Yes, of course.
So another chap called Peter. Thank you, Peter. Got in touch with a question. Now, Peter has a Duresta 3-piece suite. Right,
very nice.
Just for the viewers, Duresta is a very good high-end quality maker of soft upholstery. Yes. So he's had this sofa and 2 chairs for 20 years. Okay. And his 2 questions. 1, is it worth reupholstering? Yep. 2, how much would it cost? Over to you.
Well, number one, yes, definitely 100% worth reupholstering. They're a fabulous make. The frames are second to none. Nothing in comparison, I have to say, to lower end furniture where cardboard and chipboard is used, which unfortunately that is the truth. But Duresta, they are beautiful frames, beech, glued, doweled, all done traditionally and to last for years and years and years. But obviously the fabric then starts to wear, so then you reupholster.
Okay, so that's a really interesting point. You think Jo's kidding here with the cardboard and chipboard? Not at all. These brand new sofas that you know, people buy in out of town superstores that seem to be programmed to implode on themselves after 4 or 5 years, and the interest-free credit has run out. They seem to just collapse on your living room floor. They're so bad. Literally made from cardboard and chipboard. Then you got to go and buy a new one. Yeah, it's mad. But Duresta, like an antique one, as good as that, made to last forever. So it's worth doing. Yes. But cost, is it viable financially?
Definitely. You're looking at ballparkish £13.50 labour plus the fabric.
So £1,350 to do the work.
For the labour, and then plus the fabric, which you're looking at 30 metres plus.
How much is that in money?
So fabric starts from 45 a metre. So
£2.5 grand, £3 grand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so Peter, £2,500 to £3,000 to have your Duresta suite as good as new.
Exactly.
Okay, so Jo reckons that's viable. Clarify that. How much are they new, these Durestas?
They're about £8,000
Oh, well, there you go. So less than half the money.
Can I just say something else, though? You are recycling your furniture, which is the thing to do nowadays. Landfill full of all this furniture is just awful.
Yeah.
So you're recycling and it comes back brand new. I get a few customers saying to me, well, will it look reupholstered? And I say, no, it will look like you have just purchased it from a high-end shop.
Right, exactly. Well, I've been working with Jo for 30 years, so I can absolutely confirm that. It will look new.
Can I just quickly say something
You can say whatever you like.
We reupholstered some lovely dining chairs, recently delivered them, and this lady put a review on for us saying they were actually better reupholstered than when she bought them new. And wow, that's
lovely.
what we love to hear.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
But I think the point you make about recycling is, I mean, we all talk about recycling, but we don't all do very much about it.
No, quite.
Actually, because buying something made the other side of the planet from cardboard and chipboard is the most unenvironmentally friendly thing you can do.
Yeah.
And there are people, we'll wrap this up now, but there are people we know that go to auction, Peter, with your Duresta three-piece suite, and will pay 50 quid, £100 for a second-hand looking worn-out Duresta three-piece suite. That's all. And then they'll spend £3,000 on it with someone like Jo to make it look like new. And that is still cost-effective.
Absolutely.
And your point about being environmentally friendly is actually worth more than money.
Yeah, exactly.
It actually is. Because there are things I know from my antiques world and auctions, stuff that doesn't get sold in auction. If it goes through auction twice, 3 times, it doesn't get sold. It goes to landfill.
Oh, don't.
I know, it drives me mad.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll say goodbye. And I've got to say, I think you might agree, those dungarees are absolutely amazing.
Really?
Do you think a man could wear those? Can I borrow them?
Yes.
We'll try them.
A few spare pairs.
Okay.
Like them.
A bit brighter colours, and I'm on.
Yes, I have got, what colour? Bright pink, fuchsia pink.
Right up my street. Okay, there you go. This is a trial chat with a real expert, Jo from BJ Upholstery. What does BJ stand for?
Barry and Jo Upholstery.
No funny comments.
No,
Barry
no funny
and Jo Upholstery in Darlington. Listen, guys, I'm David Harper. This is Jo Griffiths. So from me and Jo, goodbye.
Bye.